Hey, Russ here once again for DoMoreLife. And I recently did two videos as a helpful tips for Jeremy's channel, DoMoreLife. And what I was surprised most about was how negative people can be in the comment section. It blew me away because I have never done YouTube postings before. I've watched many of them. I may have commented once or twice, but it was really a shock to me to see the level of hatred and negativity. And I had to ask myself, and I wrote it down, so I may be shifting my eyes back and forth. What drives somebody to hate something or hate somebody? I know on the internet it's so easy to hide behind a keyboard, say vulgar things about someone, expose someone who may not want to be exposed, out someone who doesn't want to be outed. But who are you to judge them? Who are you to judge that person? Who made you the judge or the jury? And what motivates you to do it in the first place? I've had some ideas all day about what drives somebody to hate. And so these are some of my thoughts. And I'd love to hear yours in the comments below. And I'm sure we'll hear something from people who are negative as well. I guess one of the things people are just jealous. Whether they're jealous of somebody else's success, somebody else's way of life, the way they live, where they live, how they feel it's better than their own life. So instead of trying to improve their own life, they try to bring somebody else down to their level rather than trying to bring themselves up to a different level. Kind of think of it as a crab in a bucket. You never see any of them escape, and you never need to put a lid on it because all the other crabs will see one climbing out and grab it and pull it back down. Perhaps it's just greed. You want something that they have, or you just feel that they don't deserve it. They wish that someone else has whatever it is, whether it's money, their lifestyle, their wife, their girlfriend, their car, their truck, their material things. Whatever it is, they want it, but they can't have it. So they're jealous. And that greed in them wants it, and they want to take it from somebody else because they believe they don't deserve it. Perhaps it's just tribalism. Somebody hates, you like them, so you hate as well. Maybe someone you know doesn't like someone, so you hop on that same train and hate them as well. Why? Have you ever got to know that person? You have no idea why person A even hates person B, but you convince yourself that if they don't like them, I don't like them either. Sometimes it's not an us versus them. Sometimes it's just you versus someone else, and everybody else is just innocent and can be friends with everybody. Sometimes everybody can just be Sweden. Some people in the tribalism, they're just followers. They're not leaders, so they're going to look for somebody else to guide them, to show them how they should act, what they should be saying, and they wait for their marching orders. Unfortunately, them does not even know they're in a war. Or maybe they're just a loser. They're just an unhappy person. They feel everybody is against them. It's never their fault when things go wrong. Perhaps you know somebody on the internet like that now. Or they get fired from a job. It's a company's fault. Their wife or their girlfriend breaks up with them. She's a bitch, and she was never good enough for me. Most haters I know have many failed relationships and divorces, usually 3 or more divorces. They've never held down any job for a very long time before getting fired. They live alone because no one wants to live with them. They monger. They see all relationships as a transactional and not emotional. I'll just pay her, get what I want, and that's why she'll be with me because I have coin in my pocket. They treat others really badly. They blame others for their own failings. They can't find a job. They believe that somebody else has taken their job. In America, you hear it often about how immigrants are taking their jobs. I worked in the hospitality field for over 20 years, and I can tell you firsthand, very rarely did a Native American person, white Caucasian, apply for a dishwasher position, or a line cook, or a prep cook. Most of them were immigrants and happy to have that job. Hey, maybe you can't get a loan from the bank. You blame the bank? It's not your poor credit history or your bad paying history. It's the bank's fault. Maybe you're just selfish and you believe everything is about you. You hear something, must be about you. It couldn't be about anybody else. You never take for responsibility when things go tits up. You don't think how your actions can affect others. You say something, you don't care how the other person feels. So, here's my advice to become happy. Do work you enjoy, and the money follows. It's that simple. If you enjoy doing something, you can find a way to make money doing it. It won't feel like work. It'll just feel like a hobby. Whether it's somebody who's become a full-time blogger, who spends their life traveling around the world making YouTube videos and showing other people places in the world they may never have been or never get an opportunity to go. You shouldn't hate on them because they had that opportunity and you don't. You should look at it, it's like, wow, I hope I could get there someday, or, oh, I don't ever want to go there. Thank you for showing that to me. Let me mark that off of my list of places I don't want to go to now. Sometimes you can just chase your dreams instead of working for somebody else's dream. And what that means, if you have a job where you clock in and clock out, you have traded your time for money. You won't get rich. You may get a paid raise. You may do well, but you will always be dependent on that job. One thing I learned at a younger age, and it's something that my father taught me, not while he was alive, but when he passed away. My father died in his late 50s, and all the time in his 50s, he'd always talk about how when he retires, he is going to take Mom and go travel the world. Well, he retired from work on a Friday and died on a Monday from brain cancer, the same type of brain cancer that Ted Kennedy had. He never got to enjoy his retirement. It was that woke me up to say, I don't want to be unhappy anymore, and I don't want to wait until I'm retired before I can do things. And I quit my job and started my own business. And that started to make me happy. Sometimes you just need to enjoy the moments that you're in and the people you surround yourself with. Sometimes being happy can be just sitting on the couch, rubbing your wife or girlfriend's feet and saying absolutely nothing. Something else that will make you happy is take responsibility for your actions. People will respect you when you say you're sorry. People will people will look at you in a much better light when they believe that you are a person who will take responsibility for the things that you do both correctly and incorrectly. And learn this word and actually mean it when you say it. I'm sorry. And tell somebody why you're sorry. In my late 40s, I started to mentor people who I met along my way who had the same type of drive and ambition that I did, and I wanted to teach them what my mentor taught me. Find a mentor. Find somebody you look up to and learn from them. Also, stop kicking someone when they're down. If you see someone who's hurting, help them. Strive to be that better person. Strive to be better by making those around you better. Be the person you want to be as your best friend. Remember, you're only alive for a short time. What will they say about you when you're gone? There are people in this vlogger community who talk so much negativity that there'll be people cheering for them when they're gone, which is not the type of legacy you want to leave behind. You want a legacy that you can leave behind that you'd be proud of. Leaving something behind for your kids or your siblings' kids if you don't have any of your own. Or if you don't have any family at all, leave your money to an orphanage so for those children will have something. Save a few stray animals in your life. Give them a better life. Selfless things will lead you to be happy. If you look at the people who've passed on over the last 2,000 years, I'll name some names and you will always remember who they are and why you remember them. Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Jesus, Moses. Because they were selfless. They helped others more than they helped themselves. Those are the people we remember. Those are the people who we talk about in a good way. People may talk about Hitler, but it's never in a positive light. What will people say about you, or will they say nothing at all? To go back to my point, don't be that crab in a bucket, trying to keep everybody else around you down to your level. Be the shrimp, and if you've ever seen shrimp in a bucket, if you don't cover it, they all jump out, helping each other, pushing them, bouncing off each other to all get out of that bucket. And also, it's so much easier to smile than it is to frown and be mopey all the time. You'll find you sleep better, and people always wonder, damn, why is he so happy? That's all I've got to say. I'm sure the comments will follow about all negativity, but before you write that comment, ask yourself, man, why am I so negative about this? Why has it triggered me in such a negative way? Leave your comments below. And do more life. Less stress. And be happy. That's all life is about.